Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Canary Cast. And what a video this is. Absolutely buzzing to be able to say that Norwich City are close to signing Ozan Kabak from Schalke on loan with an option to buy if they stay up for around 10 million. Wow, what a signing. Saw it last night, tweeted it last night that there was rumours about it. One of those I thought, this is one where surely it's not going to happen with the wages and there's so many other clubs being linked with him. Torino with the most recent one, he's rejected them. He's obviously wanted to come back to England and show what he's about. Obviously played for Liverpool at the back end or from January of last season and did well. Obviously that centre back crisis they had was manic and he did take time to adapt to that. But if you look at through the Liverpool kind of words and fans from all of them, they're saying that they should have signed him. They would have been happy to sign him, especially for around 8 million. So just as a background check, Schalke are desperate to let him go because their financial perils they need to get his wages off the books basically. And for a loan, looks like that's the only thing they can do to get him out of the club. Only 21 years old, like I said, played for Liverpool a number of times at the back end of last season and was slow to adapt to the league, but once he got going, he was very good for them, very very solid for them, and to play in the Champions League for them against Leipzig away, where he played really well. I remember watching that game, thinking, yeah, he was very very good in that one. And then playing in the Prem against good teams, I think the only thing that stopped him from really excelling in that team was their ridiculously high line. He hasn't got the most pace. We'll go on to his strengths and weaknesses in a moment. But yeah, his pace was an issue there, and he did get caught out a couple of times in terms of just how high they go. We saw it at Carrow Road. Just it's crazy, really, that Klopp wants to go that high, but his centre back should be able to do that. But a backup, a third, fourth choice centre back for Liverpool, you've got to remember, is more than good enough for Norwich. He plays for Turkey, who had disappointing Euros. He had disappointing Euros, but this is a player who's very very exciting. Like I say, just 21 years old. Very, very good with the ball at his feet, and he's a bit of a tank. As when I first saw him at Liverpool, I was thinking, is he going to deal with the physicality? He can. He's very solid, almost a Soyuncu type who didn't play very well for Leicester against Norwich at the weekend. But he's very solid, very used to being able to go into that physical battle and being able to compete. And like I say, with the ball at his feet, he is very, very comfortable. I would say he's probably Andy O's good with the ball at his feet. I don't know what he's at Premier League level. Ben Gibson's decent, but I think Kabak's an upgrade. And in a back three, Kabak, Gibson, and Hanley, I think that could really suit all of them. We've seen far too many times with Norwich that was far too open at the minute, and Norman will hopefully fix that as well. Looking more at him after yesterday's video, thinking he is a bit of a sitter, so hopefully he will be able to just sit there and kind of ping passes about and be clever in the way. Hopefully he's mobile enough. He's only 5'10", so this is big news for Norwich. This is a key. Like I say, to play for Liverpool and to play well for Liverpool, and then Liverpool fans wanting you back, and just that, it's a real coup that no one else has come in for, and that comes to Norwich now. Rasica, 9 million. Jolis, 8.8 million. Sargent, 8.5 million. Gibson, Janulis, obviously last year, but 8 and 6 million. 3.5 million for Lee Malou, 2.5 million for Gunn, 500k for Gilmore, which will go down in terms of how much he plays. Norman, loan with 11 million option to buy. Kabak, loan with 10 million option to buy. Wow. Stuart Webber, I said very kind of emotionally once Amy Buendia went, let's see what you've got. This is a big window for you. And he's done really well with it. There's a fantastic window. The pressure is now on Daniel Farke for the first time in a Premier League season, because that team is good enough to stay up if you adapt well enough. The passing out from the back against the better teams like we saw against Leicester, it isn't working. So we need to think of a different way of doing that. Is that put Sargent up top and bring the ball down and hold it up and then bring others into play, because Pookie can't play that level of holding it up, and I just don't think the system works for him on his own now. Up front, we just don't have a clever enough player in an Emi Buendia who can take on 3 or 4, then play Pookie in. Todd's capable of being able to kind of play those balls, but need him further up the pitch to be able to. He's not an Emi Buendia who's going to be able to dribble past 3 or 4. It's just not at this level anyway. So for me, you either have to play 3 at the back, then maybe 2 up top, which I can't really see very often happening for Norwich unless we're chasing games. Or you go maybe a 5-2-2-1, where you're having the kind of 2 midfield destructors, McLean, Gilmore, Norman. Norman will start, by the way. He'll be very regular, and there's a good upgrade in there. And then have your back 3, give you a bit more cover in terms of the counter attack if we want to have more of the ball. But no, this is good business for Norwich. Kabak, like I say, is good pedigree. Plays for Turkey, played for Schalke a number of times, and it's amazing to think he's only 21 still. Like, this is big coup for Norwich. If we stay up, which is here or there, it's difficult to say at the minute because obviously we haven't got a point. But it's one of those which we just need to kind of look at. I think if we stay up, we've got two very good options in Norman and Kabak. If we stay up, they've done brilliantly to perform, so they'll be more than worth signing. But this is such a big signing for Norwich in terms of Liverpool. That's a huge level. Even Schalke's a massive club in Germany. For him to want to prove himself in the Premier League again, the Turkey international, we've got a Norway international as well from yesterday in Norman. These are big players, and they're going to upgrade us to a good level. Hanley Gibson, in terms of, I think they've been slightly disappointing. Hanley needs 4 or 5 games to actually get into fitness, as we've seen from injuries. Gibson did say back in the last season his pace is an issue at the top level. He is still good enough that he's made some really good blocks early on in the season, but yeah, pace wise, I'm not so sure. Kabak's, like I say, not quick, so Hanley's still going to be by far the quickest centre back. But in a deeper level, if you're without the ball, your pace isn't always as exploited as it would be in a high line like it was for Liverpool. But that back three could be very nice. Like I say, back three, Kabak coming out with the ball, which he likes to do, and he's very good at passing. So yeah, very good signing for Norwich City, and that's every position ticked off. I know we've obviously lost our best player, which is never ideal for a club going up into the next level. But this squad, if it moulds properly, it's good enough. Rosica, we've seen positives from him. Jolis, obviously, whilst not seeing him in the Premier League, lit it up, and there's obviously excitement about him. Sargent, I think there's a player there in terms of being able to get his body around, speed, awareness, just about the finisher. If you had Josh Sargent or Timu Puki's brain and ability in Josh Sargent's body, wow, you'd have a 15, 20 goal of season forward there who'd be able to play up front on his own. But yeah, we'll wait and see about him. Adam Eder as well, I still think he should have gone out on loan. But yeah, there's options there. And Norwich now, you've got to say, Daniel Farke has to find the correct system because the players are there. Webber's given him the tank. Norman, if you've seen his Instagram pictures, giving him the grenades, giving him some guns, whatever you want to say. He's ready for war. He's ready for this Premier League season, and hopefully he can adapt to this because there's big pressure on Daniel Farke now. If you go down with a whimper, then questions have to be asked because this squad's good enough to at least compete for 17th, 16th, I think. Especially when you've looked at some of the other levels of teams so far. There's 4 or 5, which including Norwich, unfortunately, that will be in a dog scrap. And I think if you get it right, big opportunity to stay in this league, which when we build, and that's huge for Norwich. If you go back down, you lose a lot of players, and you say bye to Norman, you say bye to Kabak, you say bye to a lot of the new lads who've already come in this season. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But big pressure on Daniel Farke now. Hopefully he gets it right. But big news on Kabak. Looking forward to seeing what he does. Let us know down below if you think he is the centre back we needed. If you're excited to have him in, like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you very soon.